We've seen it before, but this time, really watch out for the axe.
Apparently this is the X Factor that everyone's been looking for. This is what they're up against, X-Terminator. What's it got?
Well, seriously powerful axe, scoop mechanism on the front, self-righting, no problem.
Yeah, now I'm going to talk to the technical member of the team. What's it got?
Well, as Marlon failed to mention there, this special axe is a dilithium coated tipped axe. Go through anything.
A four-wheel drive scuff steer robot, fast, powerful, experience from 3 previous series, but it doesn't like being flipped onto its lid, and it has been exterminated too easily before.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the control pods, they're on the left, Robochicken, Captain Jason Snow, and on the right, Barbaric Response, Captain Zach Barber. X-Terminator on the left, Marlon Pritchard, the team captain, Spirit of Scorpion, led by Jeff Smith. And in the arena for the house robots, the deadly Dead Metal, with the crushing claws, the serrated saw, and alongside Sir Killalot. Look at those great pincers and the deadly lance.
3, 2, 1.
Real blend here of experience and newcomers. There's Robochicken with the boggly eyes, getting straight into the thick of things. Spirit of Scorpion almost upended. Barbaric Response with the front ram there doing battle and pushed onto the arena side wall. Back in comes Robochicken. The pit release button there you see flashing has been released. So down goes the pit. They'll have to avoid that. Barbaric Response now, the meat in the chicken, so to speak. Frantic, feverish controls. Barbaric Response onto a side angle grind. It needs to get away from there. We can see an axe flying down. We can see the ref bot getting a little bit too close for comfort. There's the flipper on Robochicken. Seems to be doing better this time around. Robochicken has never really had any great success. Knocked out of the heats of Series 5 by Crustacean, I seem to remember. Barbaric Response, top of your picture, but there's Spirit of Scorpion in trouble into what we call a CPZ, the corner patrol zone. Go in there, and your meat and drink for the house robots. Circular lot trundling away. Dead Metal comes out of the CPZ, just getting away as Spirit of Scorpion. Very, very tight this. Should they all be mobile at the end of the allotted time, then the referee will call on the judges to make a decision on style control, damage and aggression. And I wonder now if these machines are playing for a judge's decision, just a little bit tentative. We're not seeing a great deal of aggressive work out there and certainly no damage. There's a new feature in this series of Robot Wars, the spinner on the floor of the arena. Did you see it there? You'll see it again. Plenty more features in the arena this time around. Dead Metal Saw almost coming into play on Robochicken, which is up on his side and has lost an eye. Oh, what a gruesome sight. Oh. Well, it's certainly a battery chicken no longer there, it seems, because it seems to have run out of power. Or am I speaking too soon? We'll have to wait and see. There's the might of X-Terminator, 100 kilos of push. Spirit of Scorpion, they're immobilized. Barbaric Response just trying to get some lift there under the serrated edge of the Spirit. Meanwhile, Robochicken is still alive and clucking. I'm not too sure. X-Terminator had a little bit of a nudge. Was I a little bit too early in writing out Robochicken? Did I count my eggs before they were hatched? No! I've been told they are officially immobilized and out. Oh, Barbaric Response in the pit! I think they'll be okay, though. I think they'll go through with X-Terminator. It'll have to go to a judge's final word. But for me, Robochicken and Spirit of Scorpion will be the two to go out in this melee. Don't dump him in the pit. No. Can we get a message to Killalot? I want more punishment for Robochicken. That's it. Drag him out. Now, we have a new feature in the 6th series of Robot Wars. It's called the Drop Zone. Place him there. X marks the spot. Well done, Sir Killalot. Obeying instructions. And the crowd will now count down. And that's what's going to happen! A washing machine! On your head, son! What we've come for. Magnificent. You can be pretty sure that what comes out in the wash in Robot Wars will not be clean and tidy. Don't air your dirty laundry in Robot Wars, we'll get you.
The nasty X-Terminator. And you have a grudge against computers, don't you?
Yeah, computers messed me around all my life. So we've made sure the axe is working especially well for this fight because we're going to trash some computer, get our own back.
How many goes have you got with that axe?
About 50 shots.
50 shots. Should be enough, I reckon.
There won't be much computer left.
From Belmont in Hereford, X-Terminator. From Preston in Lancashire, Megahertz 2. Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the X-Terminator boys in the pod. Marlon Pritchard will drive on the left, Simon Baldwin's at the weapons. And as for the Megahertz 2 team, Dave Lund is the driver, Tony Lund is at the control of the weapons, and Gordon Keeling supports. There in the arena once again is Mr. Psycho and Growler. Fearsome.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
This for a place in the heat final, and Refbot this time stay out of the way. X-Terminator straight in on the attack, 100 kilos up to 18 miles an hour, spinning to come again at Megahertz. Low ground clearance for Megahertz. You can see there the side sort of flanges that prevent X-Terminator or other opponents getting in underneath, but they've still managed to shove Megahertz 2 into the flame pit, and part of Megahertz 2, the console already has been ripped away and flung across the arena floor. But do you see Megahertz there getting the flipper in underneath X-Terminator? And they're not too bothered about that superficial damage. Top of the picture, Mr. Psycho looks on. Into the CPs, in goes Megahertz, and in comes Growler. Very quick across the arena there. Very fast, he uses a skid steer system, very manoeuvrable. And down crunches the Growler jaws, hydraulically powered and crushing with a pressure of 4 tons on Megahertz 2. Megahertz 2 is now at the mercy of Growler, and thus far it has shown little signs of mercy. X-Terminator then on top so far, trying to get the scoop in underneath Megahertz to tee it up for the pneumatic axe to come thrusting down. If Megahertz 2 has a hope here, I think they have to flip X-Terminator. We know it doesn't like flipping its lid, X-Terminator. And that's exactly what they're trying on the arena sidewall. Now can Megahertz 2 lift X-Terminators 100 kilos up and out of the arena? I don't think so. What are they doing? Did Megahertz 2 try and take on Mr. Psycho? What with those little axes? You have got to be joking. The pit release button activated. Are they mad, Megahertz 2? But who's on top here? X-Terminator, to me, has suddenly been bashed and smashed and hopes crushed. Or has it? It's backed away. Megahertz 2 has, we know, had that superficial damage. This is very close, you know, for the right to meet Firestorm 4 in the heat final. Now, will Mr. Psycho's entrance be decisive? Bash! Oh, I think so. Down came that huge club, 30 kilos in weight, travelling at 60 miles an hour, and still Megahertz 2 survive. That's the power of these robots in this series. You want to design one, you've got to come up with something to match this best of the very best. Mr. Psycho looks on. Down comes the grabbing arm. Poor old Megahertz 2 has done very little wrong.
What a battle! Metal mayhem, just what we like. Too close to call. We're going to have to go to the judges to look at style, control, damage and aggression. While they make their minds up, let's review some hot robot action.
Hot, it was at boiling point. X-Terminator came in underneath Megahertz and thrust it into the flame pit. Point scored for X-Terminator for style, control and aggression. More damage caused to Megahertz there. Was it only superficial? Growler took control of Megahertz, losing points all the while, but then it came back into it to flip up X-Terminator almost out of the arena. point score for Megahertz. Until the very end. Will that be the decisive action? The judges will have to decide.
And the judges have made their decision. You know the criteria. Damage control, style, aggression. They've gone for X-Terminator! Because their axe broke off and is in your body somewhere.
I think so, yes.
We pinched it, really. We pinched it.
Well, you have to give them it back later on, all right?
Oh, no, we won't.
Okay, then. Well, just guess what, then? I'll give them it back. All right. There's your axe, mate. Souvenir. That came off and was in the body of their robot.
Yeah. They did very good, you know. We thought it'd be a tough fight, you know, we knew that before we went in there. And it looked good.
What was your tactic? I mean, how did you approach it?
Well, we didn't really have one.
You didn't really have one?
In all honesty.
We were just sitting hope.
It was, yeah. No, it was just, you know, there's a few house robots out there trying to avoid, obviously.
Of course.
For obvious reasons.
What do you think of the new ones, Mr. Psycho?
Isn't
he? Mean.
Dog is fast.
And his faithful hound, Growler.
Yeah, dog from hell.
Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for X-Terminator!
It's going to be classic Robot Wars, the Chopper versus the Flipper, Firestorm versus X-Terminator. Who will win?
Daft question. We will.
It's not a daft question, because sometimes I ask people and they always say the other robot.
Nah, it'll be close.
Can you
though.
beat Firestorm?
I'd say out of all the seeded robots, it's probably the worst one we would want to fight.
Roboteers, stand by.
Hazel, you're on the telly. Everyone's watching. There with Graham and the Firestorm machine. And X-Terminator, Marlon Pritchard, Simon Baldwin there at the controls. Marlon looks very confident, pumping up the crowd. In the arena for the house robots. Shunt with the bulldozer blade, and the frightening axe, and Matilda with the flywheel and those formidable tusks. Terrifying.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Winner of this goes through to the series semi-finals. Firestorm been there before, finished third in the last series, twice a grand finalist. All a little bit edgy. Pit release button activated early by X-Terminator. Perhaps they feel they have to get in an early thrust or two. The longer it goes, so Firestorm would be favoured. Firestorm trying to get the flipper in underneath. X-Terminator having the problems with the axe, making it work, making it powerful and penetrating. They've relied on the bulldozer scoop at the front of their essentially wedge-shaped machine as well. It's a bulkier wedge. Exterminator and Firestorm both weighing in at 100 kilos. Firestorm in underneath. Goodness me, that was close. And Simon Baldwin knew it. Now, Exterminator is tumbled and rumbled. And look at this, the power and pace of the attack by Firestorm in underneath. Great timing of the flipper. Exterminator rolled to the arena side wall. Well, he looks so cool, doesn't he, Graham Bowman? That was masterful driving, because without the axe working, I don't think Exterminator can self-right. The refbot can't remove them from the side wall because they're not impaled accidentally there. They were driven on by an opponent. They've got 30 seconds to self-right, otherwise they're out. And Firestorm will be through. Oh, Firestorm, get away from Shunt. That wasn't too clever, Graham, but oh, was it? Look at that, they're taking on Shunt. Up comes the flipper of Firestorm. A hydraulic flipper. Not only are they trying to beat Exterminator, they're trying to thrust Shunt out of the arena, I think, and that's no mean feat. Shunt overturned. The crowd love it when the house robots are flipped and tipped and beaten and bullied, and we remember it. And we'll have our day. We will have our day. Firestorm, the house robots team. Well, we presume Exterminator are going to be counted out any second now, because that's what you can see on the ref bot. And Shunt is trying to gain some measure of revenge, but Firestorm 4, the third seed, massively impressive. Exterminator counted out. Firestorm 4 through to the series semi-finals. Well done.
What a battle! Exterminator! Exterminated! Firestorm through to the series semi-finals. Oh, lads. I know you're wearing sunglasses because you don't want people to see grown men crying on television, aren't you? It all went wrong from the start, really.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? We knew we had to keep him in front of us because as soon as he got onto the side, we were over and out of it. And that's what our plan was, open the pit and just try and get him in the pit as soon as possible. But and then we got stuck down the bottom end here and couldn't self right.
You guys were so cocky and confident. I kind of started believing that you could pull this off.
Yeah, we talk it up well. Didn't work though.
Well, I'm trying to fool ourselves we can win.
They are the third seeds.
Yeah, very good.
They were in the final of the fifth wars. They're a fine robot.
The one seed we didn't want to meet, actually. We'd have a go at the rest, but not a good one to take on.
Look at the draw, really, isn't it? You'll be back, though, won't you?
Back next year.
Bigger, better, even more learned. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it. X-Terminator!